I have an amazing knack for falling in love with people who are very bad for me. We're talking bringing out my worst qualities bad. Hi there, Ed. I'm your lover, but I just don't know what to say to you, even though I've known you for years. Bad. I mean, what does it say about me that the best thing that I have ever written in my entire life, and I've written many things, is a 7-part story called Paths Not Taken about this very problem, about two people who are very much in love with each other, but who are very bad for each other. And no matter what parallel universe they inhabit, it always ends up the same way. It just doesn't work, despite the fact that they are in love with each other. You can probably guess that there is some trouble in paradise right now because of this very problem. And having a fucked up family right out of the gate didn't help matters, utterly destroying how I interact and connect with other people, how I love and respect other people. I am a 49-year-old man who has only just recently learned things I should have known when I was 29 or even 39. And the biggest problem that I have had in all of the years up until now is in relation to gratitude, is in relation to having a very giving and kind spirit that usually gets taken advantage of. And look, I'm not asking for a cookie, but if you wake up on a Sunday morning and the first thing you do is spend time with your girlfriend's son watching a Godzilla movie because he doesn't have a father figure in his life, and you are filling that role and you're happy to do so, which is then followed immediately by you going shopping, spending quite a bit of money to buy the ingredients to make sure that your girlfriend and her kids get a wonderful meal, followed further by 4 or 5 hours of cooking, which I'm happy to do. I always love to cook, especially for other people, only for your girlfriend to spend much of this time needling you over insignificant and picayune details. And you finally snap because she's been doing this all fucking weekend. And you just say to yourself, what the hell is going on? Why are you doing this? This was all over a mistake I made in putting a fucking metal spoon in a Teflon pot. Well, you have to say to yourself at a certain point, is this what I fucking signed up for? I'm a grown-ass 49-year-old man, and I'm being insulted and poked all fucking weekend while I slave away. So there was a shouting match, and there was a fight. A fight that occurred literally 30 minutes before dinner. Did she say, hey, Ed, calm down. Hey, Ed, I love you. Hey, Ed, I'm sorry for needling you. Of course not. And because I am more of a lover than a fighter, I had to leave and storm off just before dinner was going to be served. And of course, my dinner was pretty fucking incredible. Homemade minestrone soup that tasted better than I ever possibly anticipated. Homemade bruschetta, yes, that's right, with baked bread, garlic bread. For the kids, lasagna, homemade lasagna made with homemade meat sauce. I went all out here. But we were shouting at each other, and she was insulting me, and she didn't say anything even remotely close to what I needed to hear and what most normal fucking people would have heard, would have said. And that is, I'm sorry, or Ed, can you just sit down and calm down? I'm so sorry about this misunderstanding. You made such a wonderful dinner. I'm so grateful for that. No, I didn't get anything like that. Instead, it was animosity and hurt, and that's why I left. Or maybe, instead of blaming her, I should just own up to the fact that I am brilliant at finding the worst people for me. I am a genius at finding people who I can love, but who are very bad for me. I'm certain that there are others out there who are just like me. We know each other, don't we? We meet up in group therapy, right? We know each other. We know our fellow types. We're the people who really have a lot of absence in our life because of the way that we grew up. And maybe we fall in love a little too easily. Maybe that's the problem. It's not that our love is superficial, it's that our love is on a heightened timetable. Just as all of the actions in our life are usually done because we want to be treated the way that we treat other people, right? Right? And sometimes in the course of trying to communicate that, we come across as quite intense ourselves, quite scary, quite frightening. That's certainly happened to me, and there are misunderstandings afoot because, hey, I did so much for you, and you didn't see it. And most people don't see these little actions, but if you're an empath, and I'm certainly a fucking empath, oh my god, does it really get to you? And you start ranting and raving, and holy shit, if I send you an email, I don't send as many of those as I used to anymore. Jesus Christ, they are absolutely frightening. And there's another consideration. As I have speculated, very bad at falling in love with people, in that I fall in love with people who are bad for me. How does self-love factor into this? Does that mean that I fall in love with a person who is bad for me, that I am bad for myself? There are people out there who only know me from various online shenanigans who would confirm this thesis. But that's absurd. That's absurd. And I do know that there are people who are very good for me that I do love. But it's almost like Gresham's law applied to love, isn't it? The bad love drives out the good love, right? Right? Or maybe perceiving love as bad or good is wrong. Maybe we should just love anyone, regardless of whether they're good or bad, for us. Maybe the purpose of love is for us to reckon with how important it is to just simply love. Love is the answer, to quote the great leaden wailing cliche, but yeah. I don't know what to do with the shattered love I now have. I don't know if the pieces can be put together, but we'll see. We'll see.